It's funny how desperation makes you take what you can get, even if it's the worst. The moment I stepped out of prison after 7 years, it felt like the world had moved on.
Damn.
Not that I could blame anyone. My identity was stained, associated with theft, vandalism, and crime. The only luxury I was left was my old jalopy and sausage sandwiches. So when I found the ad for a job as a housekeeper in Caroline's villa, I didn't think twice. No more sleazy part-time jobs at Hooters. No more drunken creeps treating me like crap. I just wanted something to keep me off the streets. The interview was unsettling. Caroline, the lady of the house, was a 75-year-old widow. From the second I saw
Hell no, I'm not working for that. I'm not working for that. I'm just not. I don't give a damn. I'm not working for that. Fuck no. I'm dead. I would dead ass not work for that, my nigga. That shit is dead ass creepy as a bitch.
her, something felt wrong. Her smile stretched too far, like it didn't belong on her face. Her eyes darted around, wild and jittery. Then, without warning, she let out this soft, eerie giggle that sent a chill down my spine. I caught her lips moving, whispering to herself, too quiet to make out. My gut screamed at me to leave, but I needed this job.
There's not much to do. Just clean and help look after my son Judas.
She said, her eyes widening.
He's been resting. My daughter Dahlia likes to keep to herself.
Caroline's laugh filled the room, a high-pitched, eerie sound that made my skin crawl.
Dahlia's a good girl. Quiet, though. She doesn't talk much, just stares.
Despite the weird vibes, I took the job. What else was I gonna do? Sleep in my car forever?
Yes.
I packed up my few belongings and moved in the next morning. The house was huge, but not in the grand, cozy way you'd expect. No, it was dark and musty, and every corner felt like somebody's gonna jump out at you.
Fuck.
Caroline showed me to my attic room.
You'll start tomorrow.
Caroline said, grinning again.
There's only one rule. Never step outside your room past midnight.
The attic door slammed shut behind her, and I was alone with my
This just seemed like it could be a horror movie.
thoughts in a mess outside. The world stuck with me as I lay down. I didn't sleep well. The sound of wind scraping against the old windows, mixed with the faint hum of whispers from below, kept me on edge. By morning, I was already regretting my decision. Ignoring everything, I started cleaning. The house was a disaster. Caroline and Dahlia lived like they had 5 lives. The filth touched the roof, dirty towels everywhere, dishes crusted with old food. The bathroom was a horror of its own. But my nightmare was Judas's room. He was in a coma, she'd said. So when I walked in, I wasn't expecting the stench of bleach to burn my nose. His room was spotless, like a hospital ward, but the air was thick with chemicals. Judas lay motionless on the bed, pale and sickly. For a moment, I could swear he wasn't breathing at all, but the beeping of the heart monitor...
That nigga fucking dead. That nigga dead, my nigga. Like, you know he's not breathing. I don't care what that monitor says. That nigga's dead.
reassured me. By nightfall, I was exhausted and passed out the moment I fell on the bed. It had to be around 1 a.m. when it happened. An ear-piercing scream smacked me right out of bed. My heart nearly fell off my mouth when the screams came again, sharp and desperate. Without thinking, I grabbed my flashlight and bolted downstairs. My steps halted outside of Judas's room. The door was slightly open, and the bed, his bed, was empty. The heart monitor was off, the sheets were rumpled, but there was no sign of Judas. My breath caught in my throat. Could he have woken up? Could someone in a coma just get up? A low guttural chant.
Fuck. First of all, you forgot that old motherfucker just said, "Don't leave your room past midnight." Nigga, if I hear a scream, I'm not leaving that room. I'm gonna think about what she said. First of all, I'm gonna be too scared to even get up. Then I'm gonna start thinking. I'm gonna start thinking a lot. I'm gonna think about what the old lady said. I'm not getting up. It's up.
Echoed from the basement. My feet moved on their own, carrying me towards the sound. I should have turned around. I should have run out of that house and never looked back. But I couldn't. My legs had grown a mind of their own. I crept down the stairs, one slow step after another until I reached the basement door. It was ajar, and an eerie orange light flickered from within. The scene inside had me frozen. Caroline was hunched over a wooden plank, her hands hovering over Judas's still body. The guy wasn't in a coma. He was gone. Gray skin, lips sunken, eyes half open. It wasn't Judas, but his corpse. And beside Caroline, Dahlia stood shivering like a leaf. Her eyes were wide with terror.
What the hell are you doing?
I yelled, not knowing it could be my worst mistake. Caroline's head snapped up, her eyes wild. The woman was possessed.
Be quiet. I'm bringing him back.
She screamed. Next, I was flung backward, crashing into a shelf.
She bliss you? How the fuck did she bliss you? A 78-year-old one.
As Caroline wrapped her claws around my neck, white spots danced in my vision, but just before a complete blackout could take over, Dahlia somehow swung a heavy candlestick square at her mother. Caroline collapsed, unconscious. Dahlia dropped to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably.
I tried to stop her.
She whispered, her voice trembling.
Judas died 5 days ago. He fell down the stairs. Mama, she wouldn't accept it. She said the practice could bring him back.
The bile rose in my throat as the
I need to stop smoking weed while watching these videos. I need to stop doing that shit.
realization hit hard. The smell, the bleach, the chemicals, it all made sense now. Caroline had been clinging to her son. We immediately rang the cops, but I was already gone before they arrived. I didn't wait for explanations, didn't want to hear them. As I drove away, my eyes glued to the rearview mirror. I half expected to see Caroline's deranged face grinning back at me, but there was only darkness. I could be free from that house, but I would never be free of its dreadful memory.
You left the daughter there? No, you gotta be the worst MC of all time. That motherfucker just saved your life, and you just left that motherfucker there. You said you left before the cops got there too. Well, hell no.
I was thrilled to start my new job at Whitlock and Associates, a quaint accounting firm nestled in an old brick building downtown. The office had a vintage charm. My desk was by one of those grand windows, and directly across from me sat a woman with long, dark hair that cascaded over her face. She glanced up briefly as I settled in, offering a slight nod before returning to her work. I smiled.
Hi, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you.
At least they make the MCs for the female at least like a little bit reasonable. Nigga, if it's a nigga that's the enemy or the villain of the story, he finna be bald, one tooth, hair coming off from every socket of his body, gray, not even a real skin color, a made up skin color. Like, but that nigga finna be red. Like they be doing this the worst way. Nigga be making the ugliest niggas of all time when it's a male villain. This shit makes no sense.
Yeah.
She didn't respond, her pen moving fiercely.
Like, that's ugly, well, that's a reasonable ugly. Like, you feel me? Like, all she really got is red eyes. Change that shit up, she at least look human.
Furiously over a notepad. The scratching sound was relentless, almost aggressive. I shrugged it off, assuming she was engrossed in something important. As the morning wore on, I couldn't help but notice her intense focus. Pages filled up rapidly, each one covered in what looked like haphazard scribbles. Curiosity gnawed at me. At one point, I tried to peek at what she was writing, but she immediately slapped her hand over the page, eyes still hidden behind her hair. During lunch break, I joined a few colleagues in the break room and caught a smoke with Lily.
So, the woman who sits across from me, does she ever join you guys for lunch?
She gave me a puzzled look.
Who do you mean? The woman with long dark hair, always writing in her notepad.
She chuckled nervously.
Must be one of the others from upstairs. They don't gel.
Back at my desk, she was still there.
Oh, she knows something. She's a hoe. She did it. She knows something. If I ain't gonna lie, if you ask someone a question and they don't give you like a immediate response, a clear response, or a response that don't sound like they shaking they boots, my nigga, then they fucking hiding something. They did ass hiding something. And I think nothing less because when I find out you hiding something, I'm leaving.
And scratching away. She didn't eat, didn't stretch, didn't even shift in her seat.
I got
The
them
pile
pages.
of filled pages was now spilling onto the floor.
You know, it's okay to take a break sometimes.
Silence. I returned to my work, but the incessant scratching was maddening. I slipped on my headphones to drown it out. Later, needing a respite, I decided to get some coffee. As I stood up, I glanced at her. She was perfectly still, except for her hand. The way she wrote was almost mechanical, repetitive. In the hallway, I bumped into Mark, one of the IT guys.
Hey, do you know if there's a problem with the heating? It's freezing by my desk.
Mark raised an eyebrow. Haven't heard any complaints. I'll check the thermostat. Back at my desk, the temperature seemed to have dropped even more. I rubbed my hands together, glancing at the thermostat on the wall. It read a normal 72 degrees. The afternoon sun cast reflections on the window behind my colleague. I noticed something odd. Her reflection didn't match her movements. While she wrote feverishly, her reflection sat eerily still, head slowly turning to face me. My breath caught in my throat. I blinked hard. When I looked again, her reflection matched her actions. As the day neared its end, most of the office began to pack up.
Hey, we're all heading out soon. Do you need any help with anything?
She stopped writing. Slowly, she lifted her head, but her face was still obscured by hair. A whisper reached my ears, so faint I wasn't
Bro, what the fuck? Look at that bitch is crazy. Like,
sure I heard it.
They can't see me.
A chill ran.
yep, and that boy, that would have got me. That right there would have got me. So, nigga, what? So you tell why would it have to be me for? You know how much bad luck you have to have for that shit for you to be in that situation? Like, you gotta think about your lifestyle at that point, cause you got so much karma built up. That nigga said, he said no one can see me, and you was the only, hey, I'll be, boy.
Down my spine.
Excuse me?
She resumed writing, even more frantically than before.
God.
The lights above
You wouldn't have got no excuse me, bitch. I heard you. I heard you, my nigga. You feel me? Boy, I would have heard you in 3D. I would have been so clear.
flickered. I looked around. The rest of the office seemed unaffected. Gathering my belongings, I hurried to leave. As I exited, I glanced back. She was watching me, her face partially visible. Her eyes were dark, sunken, filled with an
See, she making the wrong move because she waiting for everybody to leave. You cannot be the only one. You cannot be the last one in the building. You just cannot. If you the last one in the building, give the slasher. Like, you feel me? She got that opportunity to off your ass. You cannot be the last one in the building.
emotion I couldn't place. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. The next day, I arrived to find a sticky note on my monitor. See me in my office, Mr. Thompson. Great. Was I already in trouble? In his office, Mr. Thompson gave me a concerned look. Emma, is everything all right? Some of your colleagues mentioned you seemed distracted.
I'm fine.
He nodded slowly. Let us know if you need anything. Back at my desk, the woman was absent. Relief washed over me. Maybe she'd taken the day off. Hours passed and she didn't show. As I focused on a particularly tedious spreadsheet, the overhead lights flickered again. The screen glitched, lines of random numbers and symbols replacing my data.
This all because you said, I'm fine. Nigga, I would have snitched my ass off. I don't give a fuck how crazy I would have looked to them niggas. I would have snitched my ass off, nigga. I would have been like, it was a crazy motherfucker right in front of me. Get that bitch before she gets me. Because, like, yeah, that's what it's gonna come to.
Frustrated, I called IT. Mark arrived, frowning at the monitor. That's odd. Looks like some kind of data corruption. As he worked, I noticed a reflection in the darkened part of the screen. Behind me stood the woman, her face inches from mine. I spun around, but no one was there.
See, you letting too much shit build up inside you, nigga. For the, like, you got so much shit would have happened. You gotta take action. Nah, she already in your soul now.
Did you see that?
Mark denied. He gave me a sympathetic smile. Take care of yourself, okay? By late afternoon, the office was nearly empty. I decided to investigate. I approached her desk. The notepad was there, covered in frantic handwriting. I hesitated, then picked it up. The pages were filled with a single phrase repeated over and over. They don't see. They don't see. A sudden cold enveloped me.
You see me.
I whipped around. She stood directly in front of me.
Nigga out here talking to the ghost of the building. Hell no, nigga. That shit is creepy as a bitch. Well, I remember I seen an anime like this when it was a nigga that seen a female ghost and they dated or some shit. I forgot what it called. That shit was fire though.
Hair no longer hiding her face. Her skin was pale, almost translucent, eyes hollow and filled with despair.
I was like you. New. Eager. What happened?
I would have said we are nothing alike, nigga. Fuck no, don't compare me to you. No, please don't do that. Boy, that's the worst thing you can hear from a ghost, nigga. They trying to compare themselves to you, nigga. There's nothing that's gonna happen good next.
Tears streamed down her cheeks.
They pushed me too hard. They don't see. They don't see.
The room darkened. The office lights burst, plunging the room into darkness.
Now you talking to an intergalactic demon, nigga. All you had to do was just leave the building when you first got the clue. What was the first clue she got? I forgot what it was, but she got a clue. I know that.
I stumbled back,
Oh
tripping
yeah, it
over
was. They don't see me. That's what it was. They don't see me.
a chair. When I looked up, she was gone. Emergency lights flickered on. I couldn't move. Days later, after taking time off, I returned to collect my things. I couldn't stay there. As I packed up, I found a small envelope on my desk. Inside was a faded photograph of the woman, smiling, surrounded by people at an office party.
How the fuck is that possible for a ghost to just lay a message like that, Virgo? Like, how is that possible?
On the back, a name was scrawled, Helen Brooks. I approached Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson, what happened to Helen Brooks?
He stiffened, eyes narrowing. Where did you hear that name? I showed him the photo. He sighed heavily. Helen was an employee here. She left us some time ago.
Why did no one mention her?
She jumped from the window where you sit after she was denied a deserved promotion. Different manager then. She kept saying they don't see me. It's not something we discuss.
Oh, it's a metaphor
As I left the
too,
building,
they don't see how hard I work. Damn.
I glanced back at the window by my desk. For a moment, I thought I saw her standing there, watching. Then, she faded, like a shadow in the sunlight. I never saw her again. Maybe she felt like someone saw her, and she finally found peace.
Well, I think you got work tomorrow, and you feel me. I'm not finna scare myself anymore. So I'm gonna focus on niggas tomorrow, my nigga. I'm out. And there go Dizzy. What? Arrogant that nigga, but he's friendly. What? And here go Dizzy. Arrogant that nigga, but he's friendly. Hold on, it's Odin. Hold on, it's Odin. Hold on, it's Odin. Arrogant ass nigga, but he's friendly.